Before I begin my speech, let me first take a moment to thank Father Donald Dvorak, Mr. Joe Murphy, Mr. Thomas Keefe, Dr. Bill Berry, Ms. Amanda Rainey, Dr. Brian Murray, Ms. Denise Phillips, Dr. Blake Frank, Ms. Carla Rosenberg, esteemed members of the faculty, organizing committee, dear parents, guests, and students. What a great honor it is to be a keynote speaker at your own school's graduation. I'm truly flattered to be asked to deliver the commencement speech today, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity. When I was preparing for this speech, I had a dilemma, and the predicament was to decide between two conflicting advices, one from my parents and the other from my teachers. My parents always told me to be humble and modest and did not encourage boasting or self-praise. But my teacher's instructions for this speech was to outline my success story and share with everyone present here today how I achieved what I have. In this sheer confusion, I remembered that my parents also taught me to listen to and follow my teacher's advice. So please forgive me if I say anything today that sounds self-gratifying. On the graduation day, many people are uncertain what to look forward to in life. I was utterly confused myself. From the day I landed in the US to the day I graduated, it was less than 18 months. Those 18 months, I was mostly studying and working. Actually, living, studying, and working all within Irving. The farthest that I had traveled in the West was Arlington, and in the East was Richardson, and that too only once or twice. At the time of my graduation, I was relatively new to the country, had language problems, financial problems, and didn't have many friends or even people who I can seek advice or guidance from. My mom came on a visit to US for my graduation and realized how difficult things had been for me. She changed her plans and extended her stay to spend more time with me, as I was contemplating whether to stay or to go back. While I was busy in my exploration of opportunities, my mom got busy in finding the right match for me. Within few short weeks, she had more friends than I had. And every friend was working diligently on finding the right girl for me. With those many women working to find one match, it didn't take long. Within few weeks, Linda and I got married. And my mom left confident that she had me well settled. 20 plus years later, it's easy for me to see that she was absolutely right. Getting married did two things for me. First, got me a great companion. Linda, I thank you for being with me every step of the way. I love you. And number two, sealed the decision that I will be here permanently. So no more confusion. I had found an auditor/manager job at a local hotel, of course, Irving, and was making enough money to pay my bills and have a decent life. That was 20 years ago. So let me fast forward my life by 20 years and tell you that today I own a dozen different IT and software related companies all over US, servicing Fortune 500 clients in 5 different continents. Apart from owning the IT companies, I own a CPA practice, and then on the entertainment side and advertising side, I own FM and AM radio stations, TV station, auditoriums, banquet halls, movie theaters, and office buildings. So now the question is, what all happened in the last 20 years? And that's what I would like to share with you all today. Obviously, some right decisions were made. One such decision was selecting University of Dallas as my alma mater. The practical business knowledge and guidance I received here built the foundation of my career, which guided my decisions. One such decision was completing my CPA. Soon after passing the CPA, I started working for a local CPA firm, and that gave me a fresh insight into various different businesses. While I was doing their books and preparing their tax returns, I was paying close attention to the different industries, comparing their profitability, financing needs, licensing regulations, technical skill requirements, and many other aspects. Working in that position gave me a real opportunity to analyze prospects and make future plans. I had made two decisions. One, I will own a CPA firm. Two, I will own an IT company. My rule number one in business life: never to invest in any business that you haven't worked in long enough to completely understand that business. After working for 2 years in the CPA firm, I knew that business, I had the license, I had the knowledge, I had enough capital to start my own firm, and I did. I have always done business very ethically, so obviously I would never go after the clients of the CPA firm that I worked for. So I tried calling my social circle and got 3 clients. But that was certainly not enough. I needed many more clients. I didn't have enough money or the sustaining power to hire the sales staff or even to afford a good marketing campaign. So I tried mass mailing and cold calling and quickly realized that it won't work. Then I tried a different angle. I picked up Dallas Morning News and applied for job openings for junior accountants and part-time ones. Got few interview calls. During the interviews, instead of getting selected for the job, I tried convincing the decision makers that I can do the work from my office and can send a junior person to your office once or twice a week. That will take care of the entire work in less than the salary you will pay this junior or part-time person, and all work will be supervised by me, a CPA, and I will provide my CPA services for less than what you are paying your current CPA. It worked in some places and not in the others. But after a few months and lots of interviews, I had picked up enough clients to call it a CPA practice. And I was able to hire 2 junior accountants for my practice. I spent a lot of time with both junior accountants and trained them to the point that they can run the practice without much help from me. I put the right incentive packages for them so they won't leave, and they freed me for my next venture, an IT company. I have done books and tax returns for IT companies through the CPA firm that I worked for, but never worked for an IT company. So I started applying for the CFO and controller's jobs in various IT companies and found one in Richardson named Telecom Technologies, Inc. Worked there till the day it was sold to a public company, Sonas Networks. I completed 1 more year with the new owners for a total of 7 years. By then, I knew the IT business well enough that I took my hard-earned money, including the stock options from Telecom Technologies and shares from Sonas Networks, which provided me enough funds to invest. I found a partner and opened our first IT company named Corpus. After running it successfully for many years, I purchased my partner out, who wanted to retire and go back to India. Both of us had signed the non-compete against investing in another IT company. After purchasing my partner out, the non-compete was released, and I started buying other companies that were running on losses. Within a few years, I had purchased many other IT companies. I consolidated their back offices to bring the cost down and have turned each one into a profit-generating company. An added advantage was that my CPA practice picked up all those IT companies as clients. Another rule in business and investment is to diversify. I was getting too heavily invested in the IT industry. It was time for me to diversify. So away from the CPA firm and the IT industry, I started investing in the entertainment and advertising world. Started purchasing movie theaters, radio stations, TV stations, banquet halls, auditoriums, magazines, office buildings. The advertising wing proved very beneficial in growing my CPA practice as well as the IT companies and also the newer businesses that I was buying. The CPA practice continued acquiring new clients as I was purchasing these new businesses. Most of the investment I made were during the period when everybody was talking about the slow economy, global financial crisis, uncertain financial future, and tougher bank lending rules. So obviously there were questions raised regarding the timings of my investment. Let me address these issues one at a time. If you buy businesses that are thriving and enjoying good ROI, you would be paying a much higher multiplier. The right time to buy businesses is when the financial future is bleak and the owners are worried about sustainability. When I conduct the due diligence on any business, I try to explore the problems and issues with the management, operations, and logistics. I evaluate my strengths and abilities to analyze if I can resolve all those issues. If I cannot make significant improvements in the way the business was being conducted, then all I'm doing is inheriting current owners' problems. So obviously, I am not interested in the status quo.